What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another fantasy fight. I'm your host, Gunchpot, and this time we have a clash of gods. But before we get into our fight breakdown, I just have to say, if you are enjoying the content, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. As well, I do content other than Fantasy Fight here on this channel, so if you're interested in the other stuff I upload, consider hitting that notification bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget, if you have an idea for a battle you'd like to see, drop it in the comments down below. Your suggestion might make it into a future video. And with all of that out of the way, let's get right into this fight breakdown. First off, we have Fused Zamasu. Now, Zamasu is a Supreme Kai in training from another universe. And he went ahead and did some time-hopping shenanigans and got himself two versions of himself, and then he fused with that other version of himself and became a super version of himself. And now he is invulnerable, super powerful, and super full of himself. Let's check out his skills and abilities. First up for his skills and abilities, he has Immortal Body, which heals him, and then he has This Is True Justice to put him into sparking mode. As well, for his blast attacks, he has Holy Wrath and Blades of Judgment, two attacks that can very easily be spammed for a lot of damage. And then he has Lightning of Absolution for his ultimate. But that's not all for Zamasu. He also has a transformation. Well, more of a corruption. But in this form, he has access to the Explosive Wave, the Light of Justice, as well as his abilities the Mark of Condemnation, the Violent Fierce God Slicer, and the Divine Hammer. I'd say all in all, Zamasu is a fierce competitor in this fight, and he certainly doesn't like to lose. But who is he going up against? He's the leader of the Pride Troopers, one of the strongest fighters from Universe 11, and has the best mustache game in town. We're talking Toppo. Now, this is the version of Toppo who gives up his sense of justice in order to win the Tournament of Power, taking on the mantle of the God of Destruction. In this form, he unlocks a ton of new skills and abilities and gets a major power-up. In this form, he gets Resolution, giving him a couple of buffs. And then he has the Hakai Aura, which acts as a sort of barrier. And then he has the Destruction Flash, as well as the Sphere of Destruction. And for his ultimate, he has the aptly named Super Large Sphere of Destruction. Alright, we have taken a look at their skills and abilities. It is just about time to get into this battle of Supreme Kai versus God of Destruction. But before we do, we have to give our predictions. Now, if I'm going based on personal favorite, I would give Toppo the victory. However, I think that from a power standpoint, from a transformation standpoint, and just from an all-out ruthlessness standpoint, I think that Zamasu is going to take this victory. So, my final prediction is Fused Zamasu. And the first person I see to correctly predict the outcome of this fight is going to get their comment pinned. Alright folks, it looks like these fighters are ready to get at each other's throats. I'm not going to hold you any longer. Let's get right into this battle. Alright folks, let's get into this battle.
I shall handle this trifle myself. Let this sight guide to the afterlife.
I shall eradicate you, and not a single speck shall remain.
All right, these two both have a lot to say. Let's see if they have a lot of fight in them. Immediately, a Divine Wrath coming out from Zamasu. All right, and Zamasu's coming out aggressive, but a Z counter comes out from God Toppo. They're both taking an opportunity here to hang out, and we're getting this Hakai from God Toppo. That does a ton of damage to Zamasu, sending him sliding underwater. But Zamasu is coming back in. He's trying to hit him, but he just can't. I don't know what he's doing here. That spear comes out, giving Toppo an opportunity to strike back, and they are using everything in their arsenal in this fight. Now they're both going to take an opportunity to charge, but Toppo does not want Zamasu getting any more energy, but Zamasu is getting a decent combo off, but loses that Z counter duel, and then gets blasted. Now, Zamasu is being very aggressive when it comes to the melee aspect here, but he's not getting very many blasts off. That's where Toppo has the advantage on him here. Let's see what Zamasu decides to do. He does have the ability to heal if he chose. Instead, he's using the Divine Wrath again, and that's going to connect, putting them at the same health. They are just about even. This is anybody's fight. Let's see what Toppo decides to do next. He's coming in punching, so it seems like all he needs to do is use his massive fists. Again, using that barrier to get some distance. Zamasu coming back on the offensive, again losing that little duel. Toppo definitely has these Z counters on lock, and now he has the super large sphere of destruction on line. Let's see what he decides to do. Zamasu manages to win that encounter and then hits the perception, but Toppo hits him, and then he goes for the ult. I think this is going to counter. I'm sorry, I think this is going to combo. He does not want Zamasu leaving here alive, putting him down with a massive sphere of destruction. That is Toppo taking the victory.
How brazen of you. Your suffering will be short.
Folks, that was a super intense battle. Like I had predicted, I fully expected Zamasu to come out on this one. Between the ability to heal, his super spammy attacks, and the transformation, I genuinely thought that Fuse Zamasu was going to take this victory easily. But it actually ended up being super close, and of course, Toppo took the victory. I mean, he looked super clean in this fight. Like I said, there were a couple times where it looked pretty close, but he definitely was dominating the hand-to-hand combat, and he just got more of that blast spam off. And that massive finisher, are you kidding me? Couldn't have written it better myself. But that brings us to the end of this fantasy fight. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. And of course, as always, see you next time.